I want to bring in my guest now, Republican Senator Markwayne Mullin of Oklahoma, member of the Armed Services Committee. Look, you all are in this conversation together. The Senate floor, I understand, opens up in about 2.5 minutes. So you've got another vote coming in about an hour and a half. Can you move the needle on the left, or do you think they might move it themselves?
Well, I'm also on the Appropriation Committee, so I've been involved in these conversations all along the way. And the fact is, there's plenty of Senate Democrats that want to vote with Republicans to open the government back up. What they can't do is get past their leader. They elected Chuck Schumer to be the leader of the Democrat Party in the Senate, and he is literally scared to death of his own elections coming up in 28. Now, mind you, he's not in 26. He doesn't come up till 28. But this is what happens when you have a career politician who's been in office longer than I've been out of high school, and he continues to be worried about his next election cycle, in this case, afraid of AOC. If he would just simply let his members vote the way they want to, and he can vote no if he needs to, we could reopen the government in 2.5 hours, just like that. And for everybody, all these left reporters that are concerned about the way that President Trump is going to operate the government, well, keep in mind, the Democrats are the one that shut it down. They knew when they do that, they succeeds the power that Congress has to the President of the United States to make sure that he is still taking care of the American people and taking care of the priorities. If they were concerned the way that he was going to handle it, Harris, they would just not ever went into a shutdown. So it's kind of one of these things that you're kind of thinking, well, which one are you concerned about? Your reelection or the American people that you talk about? And all they're doing is talking about it. They're not actually concerned about it.
Look, I mentioned some headlines being made. When Speaker Johnson stepped up, he brought some materials with him. He had graphics. Right. He had receipts, as we call it. Subtitle E was health provision. He gave a lot of detail about that 2.3 million ineligible recipient list altogether between the people who are part of the fraud and abuse that this will eliminate for Medicaid, and also the 1.4 million illegals who were receiving benefits that were intended for American citizens in need. Breaking that down for American voters to be able to see is going to make a difference, because I hear people asking. They ask me when they see me, oh, did the big, beautiful law allow that? Did they wipe that away, or did they allow it? There's been confusion, and I would say it's on purpose from the left. They don't really want people to know what's going on with the illegals who are on the rolls.
That's right, Harris. Let me break it down a little bit farther for you, too. What has happened here is that Chucky Schumer is going to the floor, and either he is lying, flat out lying to the American people, or he's not running his team that's drawing the policy up. So either he knows the truth or he's not listening to what's actually being written, because without question, it's easy to see that they strike the language out of the one big, beautiful bill that doesn't allow those that came in this country illegal, which was reclassified by the Biden administration by saying that they got paroled, which they paroled 98% of the 20+ million individuals that came across the border illegally, which isn't a legal way to do it. He just did it by executive order. What the one big beautiful bill did is say you're not eligible for taxpayer health care anymore. What their CR does adds $1.5 trillion in spending to open the government for 4 weeks and reinstates that illegal health care for that roughly 20 million individuals that came over illegally, which was paroled by Biden before he left office.
Look, we're looking at the Senate floor. It is now officially open. Senator Thune said that you will be leading up to another vote in about an hour or two. You know, I want to ask about constituents now, because I've been reading that people are calling their representatives in their states. What are you hearing from voters? And voters from both sides of the aisle can call your office. What are they telling you?
A lot of them are confused about Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security payments. First of all, keep in mind, Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security payments are mandatory spending. We're fighting over discretionary spending, so two separate buckets. There is no disruption of Medicaid, Medicare, or Social Security payments. And then you have those that have their loved ones that are in the military, want to know if their paychecks went out. Yes, all their paychecks went out on the 1st of October. They got paid in full. All federal employees got paid yesterday. What's going to be the issue is if the Democrats refuse to open the government and continue to hold the American people hostage for their political purposes, come the 15th and 16th of October, there won't be any money there for the paychecks to go out. So when you explain that to people, they understand it. And then some people that really want to get in the weeds want to understand what this whole argument is about illegal immigrants. And when I explain it like I did just a while ago, and like the Speaker and Leader Thune, which are great leaders for the Republican Party, and we're all walking together with the White House. I mean, we are locked together. The Republican Party are one body walking together in the same boat, rowing the same direction for the American people. When you explain it to them, they get it.
Senator Mullin, I know that you've got to get back in there and be part of this process that the whole nation now is perched watching. I appreciate you spending time on the Focus today. Thank you.
Harris, thank you for having me on.